Hello, welcome to Tech in 10, where we're going to provide 10 minutes of practical advice on a topic. And today's topic is unlocking AI, and particularly talking about ChatGPT and Copilot essentials on this one. So hopefully there'll be some value here. If you've got any questions, please use the Q&A button in Teams, and we'll take care of any of those questions that might come up towards the end. What we're hoping to do is to highlight how ChatGPT will help you increase your productivity and automation around creating content and helping with customer support. Copilot is something that we're more orientated towards coding tasks and improving software development efficiency. That could just be some automatic flows in your Microsoft account, but ultimately, we'll learn how these AI tools can integrate into your day-to-day workflow. So let's get started. First off, let's just touch on what is AI. So AI is designed to simulate the human intelligence in machines and allows them to perform more complex tasks, including problem solving, decision making, and is using a more natural language than just a programmatical one that we're used to from the machines. Why AI? Well, the AI assistants have become indispensable to enhancing productivity and efficiency, mainly in professional senses for these ones, but no doubt personal. These assistants can help you generate content, provide support, and streamline tasks. So that's what it is. I guess diving a little bit more into the technical depth, it's a large language model. So the foundation of these models is that they are trained on specific categories of data, such as text for language models, machine data for machine models, and human action data for action models. So they empower the AI with a versatile general purpose abilities across these domains to help them build various tools addressing challenges. So they help to offer a more precise and tailored support, and it's going to continue to drive innovation and improving our everyday workflows more in the future. But the key thing that we have to consider is that it's going to change how we work. So that's why it's important to have a look at what you can do with it and understand it before just jumping straight in. So what we're going to do now is we'll skip on to the next slide, and we're going to start talking a little bit more about starting with ChatGPT and how you can practically use ChatGPT. So OpenAI brought this to market, and it got a lot of usage and traction very quickly. Important for you to consider is that you do not want to be putting personal or company proprietary information into these language models, because they can be retrieved by others by talking to and querying that information. So just be careful with using that. What we've found to be some quite practical tips for the OpenAI ChatGPT is drafting articles and content and getting started with different articles and getting a consensus on that. It's handy for creating marketing copy as well. So it gets you started on creating that. You don't want to trust everything that the language model says, because it could have learned an incorrect thing, or it does not interpret your question as you intend. So helpful for drafting and starting these things, but I wouldn't necessarily be just posting things verbatim or using those verbatim. So that can be helpful for writing emails, particularly if you've got an outcome that you're working towards, and you can program the GPT system with a tone, an intent, a preferred length of what you want it to output. You can set those parameters at the very start by saying something like, I need to send an email to this person, and I need to request for them to pay an overdue invoice. Can you please write that in a professional and sincere tone, and in 2 paragraphs? And it will give you something that listens to those requests and puts together the content with the outcome you're hoping for. It's getting used more and more with customer support, and we see chat bots and things like that to help you find the information as sort of a replacement for searching. So it can help with that customer support side. And image creation is something that some people may not have considered with ChatGPT and other programs, is that you can actually use it to generate images. So if you have a particular type of image you're looking for, rather than searching for it, you could potentially ask it to create something that is exactly what you need and choose the one that makes the most sense. So the next one is Copilot. So Copilot with OpenAI, and it's designed to a lot of different things. Now, there is Copilot for GitHub, which helps coders move forward more quickly with code. There's also the entry-level Copilot, which you get with Microsoft Edge, which you can just ask general questions or ask it to generate images, AI-generated images. So they can be quite helpful, but like ChatGPT, also can be used for use it to generate content writing and email drafting fashion. But you can also help it with, if it's within your Microsoft 365 console, to help you prepare a presentation. So help to design and structure presentations based on other information that it has access to. So when you're using Copilot in your Microsoft 365 environment, it is a little bit, it is sort of ring fenced a lot more. So you can use more information that's contextual to you, that you don't have to worry about the privacy as much for, because it is contained within that security layer. So it might be something that you wanted to help you write documentation on for maintaining projects and providing clear explanations. So that can be quite helpful. I found that the AI image generation to be quite good with Copilot. It helps by you describing what you want, and it generates an image to match that prompt. It can also edit existing images and do things like blur backgrounds, enhancing colors. So it can be helpful to provide you with an assistant to get some things moving forward with your visual design and presentations and so forth. So definitely worth considering and having a look at Copilot for that use case. Then we come along to some best practice. So integrating Copilot, ChatGPT in your daily workflow can increase your productivity. You can see from the example on the screen, it's you provide a prompt and it's giving you some information very quickly back to help you move forward with your content writing. So you could use that to draft blog posts, to start social media updates, email campaigns, or just general boilerplate text for documents, proposals, strategies, processes within the business. There's many different ways that can help you move that forward. So it can help you start and reply to email messages of customers or internal stakeholders as well. So you can definitely use that and also ask it for some ideas. So what we're looking at now, this is the Copilot console. This is what you see when you use Copilot. And what we're asking it here to do is to generate an image, and you can see how quickly it's just generated a few images. So it can be really helpful to create some specific images that meet the requirements that you have. The drawing feature is paid, I think, in ChatGPT 4, but it's free within Copilot. So do give Copilot a try. If you're using Microsoft Edge, you can obviously log in to the page as is seen in this video demo. But there's also in the top right here the Copilot button that's in the corner that looks like a little O, squared around O. So that will pop it out into the sidebar as well. So definitely have a look at that and start to see what it can do to help you improve your productivity. So some of the areas where you can use Copilot in your business to utilize it best is some spreadsheet automation. So it can help you write more complex formulas and macros to help you get the result that you want in your spreadsheet more quickly. You can also use it to help you generate tasks, or you can help write automations for recurring tasks, even using Microsoft Power Automate and Copilot. it can be a lot easier to build some very powerful automations that you can use for your day-to-day. So project management, if you're having meetings and you're talking about a project, you can use Copilot to help you summarize what was happening in the meetings, what the action items are, how to move those forward in case you missed the meeting, or perhaps you didn't have the opportunity to take down actionable items. So it can be useful for that as well. Right, so that's all we have at the moment for the slides. So we're going to move on to Q&A. So we'll just check the Q&A here. And one of the first ones we've got here is, how customizable are AI assistants like ChatGPT and Copilot, and how can they help the needs of an accounting firm? So they can be customized to fit some specific needs. So ChatGPT can be trained on industry-specific terminology and best practices to provide more accurate or relevant responses. So Copilot is similar. You can tailor it to those requirements, and workflows also use it for workflows that might help you minimize handling of information or transferring information into different systems. So they're probably one each from Copilot and ChatGPT that might be useful in that sense. Next one we have here, can AI assistants handle sensitive data securely? So they can. They're designed with security in mind, as most modern systems should be. So the idea is to protect sensitive data, financial information, personal information. So ChatGPT and Copilot can be integrated into secure platforms that adhere to the typical industry standard security protocols. However, as I mentioned earlier, ChatGPT does put some of the data back into the language model, so I would avoid doing that unless you have a private deployment, which is unlikely given the accessibility of it online. Copilot is a little bit more secure in that sense because the information can be protected within your Microsoft account. So that comes down to your security layers further and deeper into Microsoft. So definitely worth considering reviewing what that looks like. And we have one more question here. How do we go? How can AI assistants assist in managing and prioritizing incoming communication such as emails and messages? Great question. The AI assistant can help you prioritize based on the urgency or relevance of the message and what may need immediate attention, or potentially scheduling responses for design for different time slots that make sense. So definitely worthwhile. You can ask Copilot to summarize where your inbox is at and what ones need the most attention or most urgent attention. ChatGPT can also be useful. You can use it to create templates for responses for common inquiries. So you can use that to respond more quickly or request information more quickly. So definitely worthwhile with that. And we have one more here. Would it be worth looking to run a local or internal, I guess, AI assistant or a large language model for a company? Definitely would be if you're looking to run something that might need to be secured in a particular way or has a large compute requirement. It's much like the decision between going in the cloud and using your own infrastructure on premise. So there's a cost benefit, there's a security consideration, there's the maintenance to maintain it. So there's definitely a place for that type of environment, and it's definitely possible, but it's really comes down to a total cost of ownership exercise, and I think that's something that needs to be assessed with an expert on a case-by-case basis. So okay, I think that is all the questions that we have. So thank you for joining us. Please do check out the website for the topics that are coming up over the coming weeks. We'll be doing some more around AI and helping move everybody forward into being productive with that. And we have a bunch of previously recorded ones. So thanks for joining us again, and we'll see you next time.